This is Ask Brock. I'm Brock Yorty. This week's question comes from Bill in Wyoming. Brock, how do you think this world event is going to impact the drilling and groundwater industry? It's a great question, Bill, and something I've thought a lot about in the last couple of days from discussions we've had on hiring and how we got into the hiring issue we're in right now, to supply chain, to fluctuations in fuel, priority changes in how our government is working through different legislations. There's a lot going on. And as drilling professionals, groundwater professionals, industry professionals, we have to be very aware of what's happening locally and globally. And there's a lot, but we've also, as an industry, been dealing with many global events over the last 28 months with this crazy virus and supply chain. The fact that there's a sea of F-150s sitting in the east side of Michigan that don't have computer chips to run, and other big trucks that we're waiting on computer chips to be able to build equipment with. And our supply chain, from looking at PVC prices increases and how we can get the packages we need to complete a well. So we have those aspects. And if we just looked locally, Pennsylvania right now, the Attorney General is still in a pretty big court case with a oil and gas company that, with fracking, impacted water wells throughout Pennsylvania. And we can look at how PFAS has impacted our groundwater, and how we are looking at areas and bringing in pipelines versus drilling water wells. Go out west and we can look at how massively aquifers have been impacted from the lack of snow and rain in the Sierras. And then, of course, yes, we can go globally and we can look at what's happening right here, and it's going to change pricings and change people's priorities. Ironically enough, one of the top objectives when the Ukraine was invaded was for the Russian troops to open a canal that once fed Crimea 85% of all their water. And Ukraine is 50% of the wheat production for that part of the world. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And if it continues to escalate, for me, if I look back 20 years ago and we start saying, where did all our good young men, women that want to be part of our industry, the ones that love being in the field, love being muddy, love being hands-on, they went and fought the war on terror. So if this escalates, how do we as an industry not only look at all the impacts from the economic standpoint, but we got to continue to get better at recruiting, because this could be another situation where Generation Z, who's primed to be that builder generation, we put many parallels on them to the greatest generation from this new infrastructure bill and all the people we need to be able to, effectively execute, to now possible, the European war that could escalate. And it's a good chance it's not going to. And it's a good question for us to have right now, that what is happening to us locally and what's happening to us, globally. And because of that, this question's very poignant for me, because next Monday, March 7th, we're going to start a weekly newscast at the Driller. It'll drop Monday morning early, and will be podcast and video. And, we should all stay up to date and have those discussions together. And I hope you come and you watch or you listen and you give us some feedback. But I believe it's time that we have more critical discussions on the global water crisis, and mining, and us being responsible and understanding the impacts when a project goes poorly and drilling fluids end up in a waterway or another environmental incident, that then our industry tries to compare us more to an industrial drilling situation that could impact the environment. So we have to be good stewards and good businessmen and good drillers for our industry and our neighbors. And on top of that is being on top of how things are reported to us and what we should be educating them on. Great question, Bill. I hope you come join us on March 7th at 6 a.m. Thanks.